I remember sitting there one night, lights off, scrolling through YouTube, watching videos about how people were making money online, drop shipping, e-commerce, affiliate stuff, and all of them kept mentioning Shopify over and over. But every time I looked into it, something stopped me. It wasn't the platform, it wasn't the tech, it was me. That little voice in the back of my head that said, "You don't know what you're doing. You'll probably fail. Don't waste your time." And honestly, I listened to that voice for way too long. I'd see the Start Your Free Trial button on Shopify's site, and I'd hover over it, but I wouldn't click. I'd think about the time it would take. I'd think about all the things I didn't know yet: how to set up a store, what to sell, how to design a page, where to get products. And worst of all, I thought, even if I get a few sales, what then? It felt pointless, but what I didn't realize is that hesitation, that fear, it was costing me something. Not money yet, not really, but confidence, momentum, options. Then one day, something shifted. I had just checked my bank account after getting hit with an unexpected bill, and I felt this pit in my stomach. I wasn't broke, but I wasn't safe either. I didn't have freedom. I was tired of that tight feeling in my chest every time rent was due. So I told myself just once, what if this actually works? Not what if it's a scam? Not what if I fail? But what if this actually works? And that question changed everything. I went back to Shopify's site and finally hit that button. Start free trial. No credit card, no risk, no excuses left. At first, it was overwhelming. I'm not going to lie and act like I had it all figured out from day one. The dashboard was new, the settings felt endless, and the pressure to pick a niche was real. But Shopify had these built-in tools that made it easier than I expected. I didn't have to know code. I didn't even have to design from scratch. It was more like putting together puzzle pieces: drag, drop, tweak, test. I spent the first 3 days just learning, watching tutorials, messing with product pages, trying out different themes. I wasn't selling anything yet, but I started seeing it, this vision of what my store could actually look like. And for the first time, I wasn't just hoping I could make something work online. I could actually see it happening. By the end of the first week, I had a basic store up and running. No fancy branding, no big product catalog. Just one product I found that looked promising, and a clean, simple layout that made it easy to buy. That's when I hit publish, store live. No turning back. I still hadn't made a single dollar, but something felt different. This time, I wasn't just watching other people build stores. I had one. It was real. Then came the waiting. I posted on Reddit. I shared it in a Facebook group. I ran a tiny ad with a $5 budget. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing something. And that something? It led to my first sale. It was $22.99. I still remember the email notification. You just got a new order. I didn't even care about the profit. I ran around my room like I'd won the lottery, because it meant the experiment worked. It meant I could do this. And that was the start of everything. Let me know when you're ready for part two. The second half after that first sale, everything shifted. It wasn't about the $22.99 praise. It was about the proof. The proof that someone out there, a complete stranger, trusted me enough to pull out their card and buy something from a store I built. It made all the hours I'd spent second-guessing myself feel kind of ridiculous in hindsight. But here's what no one tells you. Momentum is fragile. I thought I was going to make another sale right away, but nothing came in for days. It was like the universe was saying, all right, you got your taste. Now show me what you're really made of. And I had a choice. I could have quit and said, cool, I tried. But instead, I doubled down. I went back into my Shopify dashboard and started tweaking everything. I looked at the product description. It was way too basic. I rewrote it like I was talking directly to the person who needed it. I stopped copying what other stores were doing and started asking, why would I buy this? What would stop me from buying? That changed the whole tone. I added reviews, cleaned up the images, adjusted my pricing. Just simple stuff, but I started thinking like a customer instead of a seller. And more importantly, I stopped overthinking and just kept going. Then I started learning about marketing. Not the flashy kind with big budgets and influencers, but the gritty stuff. How to talk to people online. I read comments on Reddit threads about products like mine. I looked at TikTok trends. I started writing short posts that didn't sound like ads. I shared the story of why I was selling this product in the first place, and it clicked with people. And slowly, the sales started to come in. $22.99 turned into $46, then $68, then $112 in a day. I wasn't consistent yet, but I was seeing real numbers and they were climbing. Within about 5 weeks, I hit a day where I made just under $300. I refreshed the dashboard 3 times because I thought it was a glitch. I didn't even have my payments set up right yet, so Shopify was just holding the money until I finished linking my account. That's how new I still was. But this wasn't just money. It was validation. It was freedom starting to take shape. The craziest part? All of this started during the free trial. I hadn't even paid Shopify $1 yet. I was still technically testing it out. And yet I was building something real, something that had potential to grow with me. Eventually, the trial ended and I moved on to the paid plan. I was nervous at first. Committing to the monthly fee felt scary. But then I reminded myself I had already made more than enough to cover it. The trial wasn't just a test anymore. It was the launchpad. And what came after that wasn't some overnight success story. I had slow days. I made dumb mistakes. I launched products that flopped. I paid for ads that got 0 clicks. I doubted myself again, more than once. But I learned, and I kept going. That's what separates the people who make it from the people who never get past the trial. Looking back now, I can't believe I almost skipped it. I almost let fear and self-doubt talk me out of trying something that ended up changing my life. And I don't say that lightly. This isn't a get-rich story. I'm not driving a Lamborghini or traveling the world, at least not yet. But I wake up now and know that I control my income. I know that if I want to push harder, I can scale it. If I want to take a day off, I won't get fired. And that all started with clicking one button. That's the part I keep going back to. One tiny decision. One free trial I almost ignored. That was the turning point. So if you're where I was, on the fence, watching videos, wondering if it's worth it, just try it. Start the trial. Mess around with it. Build something. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need a master plan. You just need to start. You never know. 6 weeks from now, you might be checking your phone and seeing $300 hit your account from something you built. Something you almost didn't even try. And that one decision, it might change everything.